Back at it with Barrel Craft Spirits Bourbon batch number 36. This distilled in Kentucky, Indiana, and Tennessee. Comes in at 114.4 proof. And the ages on these whiskeys are a minimum of 7.5 all the way up to 15 years old. Again, always excited to try anything for Barrel Craft Spirits, guys. Without further ado, let's go. All right, guys, so the mash bill is 79% corn, 16% rye, 5% malted barley. As far as the age of the whiskeys inside, for Kentucky, there is a 9-year whiskey. For Indiana, there's a 7.5-year, an 8-year, and a 10-year whiskey. And for Tennessee, there is an 8-year and 15-year whiskey. Let's get the nose. So not only do you get some of the sweetness on this, but you definitely get some of the higher age characteristics of these whiskeys. So I am getting, there are some, some stone fruit kind of notes coming through on this. There's a lot of orange. It's like a creamy orange, creamy cherry. Further into the glass, you do start to pull out some of those, some of that oak, along with a little bit of ethanol. So further away from the glass, you're still getting that creamy cherry, creamy orange, a little bit of confectionery sugar. Further into the glass, you do pull out like some more of that kind of oakiness, like a sugar cookie, and then some vanilla bean on there. Let's get in the palate, y'all. Cheers. So on the front of the palate, it's an explosion of fruitiness here. So like on the front, it's some dried apricot. On the middle of the palate, you're getting some like blackberry jam as well as some cherry. It's like a cherry kind of blackberry mixture there across the center of the palate. That's when the oak really starts to kind of shine through. It's not overly drying, but it definitely dries out the palate a little bit there. But it lets you know that there is definitely some age inside of this whiskey. Into the back, it's a unique kind of spicy pepper. It reminds me of like a bird's eye pepper there into the back. Decent finish on this one. Again, the dryiness of the oak, I'm hoping goes away on that second sip. This is a fresh crack on here. So let's get into the second one. Yeah, so joining that apricot now up at the front is like it's like some apricot and some strawberry. Dried apricot, a little bit of strawberry. As it gets into the center of the palate is where that like blackberry and cherry kind of join together. It's almost like a jam. And then from the middle to the back of the palate, it's definitely showing you the age of the whiskeys that are inside of here. Again, I mean, with it being a minimum of 7.5 years all the way up to 15 years, you're going to start to get some of that oak presence in here. And I am pulling out the tannins in here, but it's giving me this little hint of like some dark chocolate there, like some bitter dark chocolate there on the back end. And as it flows through into the finish, that chocolate is kind of pulling through with like that bird's eye spicy kind of pepper along with it. Again, it's not, you're not getting that black pepper note. You're not getting some of the sharpness from like a white pepper. It is more of a spicy pepper there on the back, but it's giving you that nice kind of hug going down. Let's get a last sip, guys. Cheers. Yeah, so the more I sip on this, the more I feel like the age of the whiskey is inside are really kind of showing. Again, it's front of the palate is that mixture of the apricot and the strawberry, and the center of the palate is more of that blackberry and kind of cherry jam mixture, and that's where that oak starts to really make itself present. Again, the tannins on there, some of the milk chocolate and dark chocolate now kind of folding through into the back with some of that the spiciness of like that bird's eye pepper. Pretty nice batch here, though, from Barrel Craft Spirits. So I want to thank you guys for tuning into this episode of Dusty Dan's Whiskey Reviews. I want to give a big shout out to the team over at Barrel Craft Spirits for supplying with this bottle here to review on the channel. Guys, again, this is if you're looking for a Barrel Craft Spirits release that you can truly taste the age on, the batch 36 is definitely one that you might want to look into. I do want to do some comparisons side by side and see how much of the age I pull out from some of the previous batches compared to this one. You do get some of the age of the whiskeys on this one. With it being a fresh crack, I do want to let a little bit of air get into it to see what kind of happens to this down the road. But again, really nice batch here from Barrel Craft Spirits. So if you guys are looking for more reviews like this, hit that subscribe button and bell notification to be alerted of any upcoming reviews or live streams. You'll also find me on Instagram at Dusty Dan's Whiskey Reviews. Till next time, guys, stay dusty.